Hey there, Shrine Runners! Hello, and welcome to the Fox Shrine. I'm Araxis, your host, and today we're going to be playing some more Library of Ruina. I'm feeling a bit better today. Had myself something to eat, and should be all good to go. Hope you're doing well there, Guru. Just have a quick drink. Yep. All right. Now I did a tiny little bit of grinding in Ruina. It's possible I might do some on stream because there's a few sort of new fights, but we'll also be going over some of the story stuff that we missed last time. All right. So without further ado, let's get into the game then, shall we? Okay. Oh. They're starting up without me. There we go. Sorry to hear about stuff with your family.
Open the curtains, lights on. Don't miss a moment of this experiment. Oh, the book is strange, like clockwork orange. Keep your eyes buttered till the end. Which you are going to be. Inside the mirror, do you see someone else in the body? Transform me, 1 hand, 2 hand, 3 hand, turn around, say like a doggy, till I finish my beat. Cut it off, cut down your loss. All the silver loyalty is gonna get you killed. You make broken or convenient theories for the puppets on TV. There is comfort in the strings. If you're gonna control me, at least make it interesting theatrically. When does it hit for me? Think I am done with everything. Now I'm ready to leave. Dragging out 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines. Connect our hands when I no longer can live on knowledge alone. You gave me strength, hopeful curiosity. You're still happy, answers lie for my discovery. What's the color of the electric shape you see? And if you love me, can you love your everything too for me?
This song does actually get you copyright claimed on YouTube, I noticed. But I'm gonna keep on doing that. And yeah, well, hopefully you're able to sort of make up with them. I know I've sometimes gotten into stupid fights with family before. Sometimes it was my fault, and sometimes you just gotta be mature and accept that and move on. Alright. So, I did manage to get myself Eugen's page over here. So let's go have a look at a Hershey organization, shall we? Argalia, alias the Blue Reverberation. The person who is known to furtively cause incidents. Recently, he is suspected of recruiting individuals wielding powers that are possibly related to the distortion phenomenon in an attempt to form an organization. He's Professor X. As well as prying into his plots, I intend to hamper his efforts myself before collecting data and presenting evidence of his irregular activity to the head. As the Blue Reverberation's plot was already in motion, I needed to act quick and do the least I could to stop him. However, Chi Association was too fatigued from the barrage of requests, so I asked Full Stop Office to deal with the Church of Gears, whose leaders seem to harness a power that resembles the distortion. But I haven't heard from them since. Perhaps they were eliminated in their mission at the hands of the Church. Or, if the Blue Reverberation expected the Fixer's arrival and toyed with them, then I will definitely have to get to the library and read their books. There was evident rationale to read the books of the musicians of Bremen as well, but they could contain even the slightest hint on the Blue Reverberation's plots he might have told them. Even I do not know the man in detail, admittedly. However, because I am certain that the Blue Reverberation is conspiring something that violates or will violate the rules stipulated by the head, I must gather crucial evidence and report it. I know how corrupt this association is. I am woefully aware of Thelma's cunning and unhinged purpose behind saddling Section 2 with one request after another and wearing us down. I am but waiting for the right time. Waiting and enduring until I seize the chance to bring the She back to glory. I firmly believe that everything will take a turn for the better once I take care of this work. I pledge to change the system with my hands, no matter what. Well, sorry about that, Eugen. Now, Valentin's pages are actually quite interesting. I'll go over them in a moment, but let's go over his story here now, okay? Thelma, head of the Southern Branch, has been overworking Section 2 to a nonsensical degree lately. The requests he's giving us are burdensome to take once per week, and he's constantly cramming them down our throats, sapping the strength and will out of our section. It's unclear if he can successfully handle this mission to the library, but it's painstakingly obvious that he'll give us another request to take care of immediately afterwards, even if he could. Most of our surviving crew are losing what little motivation they have left. As for why he insists on using Section 2 when the other sections are available, he's probably trying to get rid of Director Eugen, because he suspects that our director knows something about the Blue Reverberation. It's unacceptable that someone could use a branch leader of an association to make a toy of the entire association, colour or not. Especially if the goal is to remove our director Eugen. I'm not sure what plan Director Eugen has to overcome this, but I suppose that can wait until we've finished our mission. So Thelma's a guy, huh? Alright, fair enough. You can have a guy named Thelma if you want. And Tenma. From the receipt of the request to preparation or execution, every step of an assassination is carried out covertly. Discreet killing is the She Association's specialty. An all-out war in open fields, where numerous people clash at once, is not our preferred form of battle. Though, it's one of the areas where the Liu Association excels. We truly shine when we operate in small numbers. We pursue extreme efficiency in order to kill our target within the limited window of opportunity. Also required is the ability to make quick assessments of the situation in order to swiftly strike the target's vital points with minimal movement. Demand for assassination requests is pretty high these days, as the most surefire way to eliminate people armed with high-quality workshop equipment on top of body augments is sneaking up on them for a fatal blow when they least suspect it. Still, the streets aren't being filled with corpses of assassinated targets, because there are fixers whose job is to kill those who were hired for assassination. Fixers are continuing their fierce strife, no matter the place. Yeah, it looks like our Eugen was going to snitch to the head about the Blue Reverberation. Also, hey Aluminium Gun, welcome. Although who knows, maybe the Blue Reverberation's up to some sneaky shit that would be looked down upon even in the city. Anyway, simple She Fixer now. Alright. Being an organization that is familiar with dealing death, the She's Code of Honor is to treat every person equally, as the weight of death is equal for everyone. As long as the request fee is paid, you remove the target with no questions asked, regardless of who the client is, what kind of crime they may have committed, or any other details. The boss of a syndicate known for murdering people in cold blood, a criminal wanted by a street somewhere, laundering an identity for a person of higher status, often bribes, even requests to kill one's own friends and family. We handle all requests without leaning to a side. Of course, we have a duty of confidentiality to uphold for our clients. We mustn't give in and maintain silence even in the face of immediate deaths of threat. Such are the rules and mindsets that the She Association's members must abide by. However, the recent behavior of the Southern Branch goes against the core values of the She. On top of exerting power for his private interest, his selfish actions are causing severe damage to Section 2. All of us are eagerly waiting for Director Eugen to overthrow this rotten system one day. Yeah, I'm sure Thelma will take a trip to the library sometime in the future. Did we have any here that we didn't have? Yeah, we haven't gotten the head of Wedge Office yet, so we might want to sort of work on that at some point. Yeah, we've done those two. We've got another one of the musicians of Bremen. Hey, Void of Lightning, welcome! Yeah, we've done that. Still have the other person in Dawn Office as well that we need to grab. Alright. Anyway, one thing I wanted to talk about is this Valentin page over here. Now, one of the key things about this one is its power of single strikes. So you can have like multiple defense and a single attack, and that single attack will be boosted by 2 power, and also give you more emotion points, so you can sort of boost yourself. And I feel like this might be key to Magical Girl, to Queen of Hatred rather, over here. I did test some things and I managed to get further with that than I got before, because what you do is you have a single attack that's really strong, and that's able to basically deflect her attacks. But I feel like I might need to grind a little bit more. Okay, so what this game is essentially a deck builder in a dystopian cyberpunk society. We take the role of the library, which is a place where people, which is dedicated to gathering information, run by Angela, who is an artificial intelligence who seeks life and freedom, but she's unable to leave this place. So what she's looking for is to gain a book that will enable her to leave. And how she does this is by sending out invitations to people. What happens is these invitations make their way to someone, and if they choose to accept, they have to undergo an ordeal where they have to fight the library's denizens. If they win, they're able to retrieve a book from the library. If they lose, they become a book themselves. And it's actually quite interesting. There's a lot of sort of different mechanics you can have with the ways that the cards sort of interact with each other. There's a lot of strategy involved, building up different passives to sort of benefit you, and also abnormalities, which are basically SCPs, sort of, which are carryovers from the previous game in the series, Lobotomy Corporation. And these can sort of boost your characters even further in the middle of battle. That's quite interesting. I'll get into one of the story battles, and we'll see how things go from there. All right. So we're going to. You remember Lobotomy Corporation? Okay, so this is the direct sequel to it. Okay, so I'm gonna start over here, I think. This was leading up from the Carnival, the Sayo, the Kurokumo clan, and we're probably gonna find out more about that animal person who was smoking through this way. Almost 100% completed, then I quit I did not get close to 100%. I completed up to Tifareth's level, and I decided I had enough. I want to play Library of Ruina, so that's where I'm at now. Let's get into this. So, it's of Sayo, of Kurakumo, and let's go. Okay, looks like we're dealing with sweepers this time. Okay, well this will be interesting to find out about, considering sweepers were one of the ordeals you fought in Lobotomy Corporation. Maybe we'll be able to find out a little bit more about them. Speaking in a code of some sort, apparently. Good retort, Anton.
이럴 줄 알았어. 청소부들의 말은 통역사가 없으면 알아들을 수가 없다니까.
I wonder if we'll be able to... They're spitting straight facts, exactly, aluminium gun. Like... they make a very compelling argument. I wonder if we get their book, we'll be able to understand sweepers.
기다려. 저들이 말하는 게 언어의 형식을 갖췄다면 충분히 해석할 수 있어.
Alright. Angela with the Babblefish protocol.
뭐? 저 정도 문장만으로 언어 단위의 해석이 가능하다고?
나니까 가능한 거야.
이곳의 밤은 더 이상 우리만의 시간이 아니게 되어가고 있습니다.
And there we go.
압니다. 밤중에 가족이 제대로 식사할 수 있는 곳이 점차 적어지고 있다는 걸 압니다.
최근 엘사 둥지에서 식사를 하는 가족은 안개 때문에 제대로 앞을 보기 힘들다고 합니다. 길을 잃고 나오지 못하는 가족도 있다고 들었습니다.
어째서 어머니에게 말씀드리지 않는 겁니까?
어머니께서 아시면 분명 검지와 큰 다툼을 각오할 겁니다. 아직은 가족의 피를 감수할 만큼 상황이 확실하지 않습니다.
만약 검지가 정말 등을 돌렸고 어머니가 그 사실을 늦게 하신다면 많은 가족은 굶주리다 천천히 죽을 겁니다.
So they're working together with the Index, one of the fingers of the syndicates, huh?
먹을 게 적어지면 어머니도 가족을 늘리기 힘드십니다.
우리 모두 저마다의 집과 가족, 그리고 아이들이 있습니다. 아무것도 하지 말자는 게 아닙니다. 조금만 더 신중하자는 겁니다.
버러지 같은 사육제가 일주일 전에 우리 형제의 집에 쳐들어와서 가족을 먹어치운 것 알지 않습니까?
Yeah, we ran into that, and they were using the sweepers for their fabrics, if I'm not mistaken.
5일 전에는 동생의 집에서 늑대의 시간이 찾아와 두 가족이 처참히 죽었습니다.
That's the animal person who basically kicked the ass of the Kurakumo syndicate.
3일 전에는 검지의 대행자가 이웃들을 갈기갈기 헤쳐놓지 않았습니까?
That's looking a whole lot like Heaven's Feel.
2일 전에는 인형사가 제 아이들을 데려갔습니다. 게다가 어제는
압니다. 심지어 모두 밤의 시간에 일어난 것임을 압니다. 예전 같지 않다는 것도 압니다. 더 이상 이 둥지의 밤은 우리만의 시간이 아니라는 걸 압니다. 어머니도 아실 겁니다. 우리의 보금자리가 더 필요한 것도 압니다.
그렇다면 어째서
일이 더 커질수록 우리의 집이 적어지는 겁니다. 검지와 완전한 다툼에 돌입한다면 우리 시간은 더 없어지는 겁니다. 지금은 우리의 힘으로 해결해야 하는 겁니다.
어떻게 해결한다는 겁니까?
도서관입니다. 우리는 도서관으로 가야 합니다. 엄지와 검지 부하들의 책이 도서관에 있음을 저는 압니다.
That's why they're after the Kurokuma books.
초대장을 받은 겁니까?
그렇습니다. 검지가 우리 어머니와 가족을 저버린 건지 확인할 수 있는 겁니다.
Yeah, and those are the books that we're sort of putting out as bait for people to accept the invitation and become books themselves.
더불어 엘사에서 식사를 하는 가족의 고민을 해결해 줄 수도 있을 겁니다.
그 사실을 알아도 늦지 않다는 거군요.
삼촌의 뜻은 알겠습니다.
이웃들을 부르도록 합시다. 함께 도서관으로 갑시다.
So, it's all about family.
떠나기 전 아이들에게는 집의 문을 꼭 잠궈두도록 일러둡시다. 우리의 어머니, 이웃, 가족, 아이는 우리 부모들의 손으로 지키도록 합시다.
That's debatable, Voided Lightning. The city is full of horrible people who basically kill and scavenge in order to survive. There are a few good people, like the street lights. They seemed fairly nice. Admittedly, we did kill them. But there are a lot of people here who are quite bad and even worse than ourselves. And again, the library sort of offers people a choice in order to come to the library and accept our terms or not, which is a lot more than what other places sort of do. Like, you'll get sort of syndicates raiding like fixer officers and just slaughtering the entire place simply to make a name for themselves. Whereas the library sort of plays more fairly, I guess. Just because someone receives an invitation doesn't mean that they have to accept it. And often people have ended up trading invitations to other people, like saying, like, hey, I don't want to do this. Why don't you do it? And they're like, yeah, alright, that seems interesting. I'll go for it. I wouldn't necessarily say we're the good guys or anything. I'd just say that there's like multiple shades of grey. And we're probably one of the lighter ones, but not the lightest. That probably sort of sums it up. Well, like telling them to either sign or die. Some cases have been like that, where people have sort of received an invitation out of the blue and used it to escape a life and death situation. Arguably, like, what faces them in the library could be better than what they were facing there, even if it still results in their death. But yeah.
와, 정말 청소부들이 오는 거야? 청소부들이 밤이 아닐 때 목적성을 띠고 어디론가 향한다고 저렇게 유창하게 대화를 하며?
The sweepers are definitely not nice people. They're called, like, if you remember Lobotomy Corporation, Blue Noon. They come into your base and basically like hack apart and eat people and all that.
재밌네. 난 좀 더 천박할 거라 생각했어.
내가 통역사를 구해서 대화를 해본 적 있는데 그땐 무슨 단어 단위로만 말할 수 있는 줄 알았거든. 근데 저 정도로 완성한 문장을 말할 줄이야. 자기들끼린 저렇게 활발하게 이야기까지 하다니.
It's a shame they're so violent.
비싼 돈 주고 맡겼는데 완전 엉터리 바가지 통역사였단 거네.
Some people are sort of pressured into coming here. Not even necessarily by the library, but by external circumstances.
그래서 저 청소부라는 건 모두 가족 관계인 거야?
자기들 간의 유대를 쌓기 위해 적당히 상징적인 단어로 부르는 거겠지. 저들도 실제 혈연으로 이어진 건 아닐 거야. 조직의 호칭이란 그런 법이지.
Okay, I was curious about that.
예전에 외곽과 뒷골목의 아이를 납치한다고 들었어.
청소부는 너무 깊게 파고들지 않는 게 좋을 거야. 뒷골목뿐만 아니라 외곽까지 청소부들이 퍼져 있으니까. 네가 얻고자
이웃 여러분, 이곳이 도서관입니다.
Accidentally progressed a little bit too soon. I don't know Korean, so I don't know where the natural sort of stopping points are.
뒷골목의 쓰레기들이 최근 시끄럽게 떠들어대던 그 도서관입니다.
우리도 도서관에 올 줄은 몰랐습니다.
환영합니다, 손님.
안녕하십니까? 당신은 가족입니까?
가족일 리가 있겠어요?
하지만 가족의 말을 사용하십니다.
가족들끼리는 이야기할 수 있습니다.
요즘에는 손님들의 눈높이에 맞게 이야기하려고 해서요.
감탄했습니다. 놀랐습니다. 이웃님들 보십시오. 도서관은 어느 곳과도 다릅니다.
지금까지 가족이 아닌 자와 제대로 이야기해 본 적이 없습니다.
가족. 끔찍하니까 그만할래?
중요합니다. 가족은 끔찍하지 않습니다.
Apologize to The Rock. Apologize to Vin Diesel. Well, they're nice to each other. They're not nice to other people, I guess.
죄송합니다. 우리는 그저 이곳에 있는 책을 얻으러 왔습니다.
They're not nice to the people that they slaughter. Though, if they're like ghouls, I guess, in that they sort of have to eat people in order to live. I mean, they're still human at the end of the day if they're sort of kidnapping and raising children. I don't know. I don't know enough about sweeper society.
그리고 이 둥지를 감싸고 있는 안개도 말입니다. 아는 게 있으십니까?
책을 본다면 알 수 있겠지?
그렇습니다. 얻고자 하는 책만 얻는다면 끝입니다. 만족할 겁니다.
좋아. 당신의 책을 찾을 수 있기를.
Alright. So, oh boy. This is a 3-act play, apparently. And they've got 5 characters with them. So, they are weak to piercing. Okay. They have increased defensive dice power. And when another character dies, recover 20% max HP at the end of the scene. They're gonna keep on healing themselves. Extract fuel, restore light. Okay. And they've got gold cards. Single use. Alright, gain persistence for 4 scenes. Upon taking lethal damage, 80% chance to revive with some HP. This chance is halved each time the character revives. They've got a few copies of this, apparently. Alright. And trash disposal. Yep, they are cheating. On use, all offensive dice on this page gain on hit, recover 2 HP. And a sweeper exclusive page, huh? Okay, so this one can only be used in a sweeper key page. Okay. If the natural die rolls a 3, recycle this dice up to 6 times. That sort of represents their sort of like multiple attacks, I guess. Alright. So what we want with these guys, it looks like, is high piercing resistance and endurance. Because these guys are going to last a long time. What with their ability to heal and their persistence ability. But they're weak to piercing themselves. Who was good with piercing? We might try Hod's group here against them. They don't have any weaknesses to piercing. We do get 2 floors available to us, although they've got... This is a 3-round act. We'll see how this goes, shall we? Okay. Okay, I see less things to sweep than in the streets, and our work is to sweep. Alright. Now, how this game works is everyone's sort of got a speed dice that they're able to use and play a card with. Higher means you can sort of interrupt enemies, and you've got different amounts of resources that they're able to spend. It'll make sense as we go. Unfortunately, this person didn't draw what I wanted. So, hold on. Let me, put these on. And... see if we can interrupt you. With that. And... that. Over here... go with that, shall we? Over here... they're going to go... aha. Like that. Like that. That, and over here, like that. All right. Now, let's see how things go. Thankfully, their stagger bars aren't too high compared to some of the other ones we've been with. But they're still going to be tricksy, in my opinion. Okay. And these guys are going to build up over time. Okay. Yeah, we didn't get the emotion up with you, unfortunately. So, over here... all dice user plays lose 2 power for this scene. Okay. Well, we should be able to overcome you with tailoring, at least. But you do have persistence, unfortunately. Okay. Now, over here... let's roll again. And we'll... roll... no, not there. Actually, hold on, hold on. Oh, we're going to endure that one actually, so that's not a problem. Yeah, you know what, we'll do that. Okay. Yep, strong piercing with that tailoring. That one didn't make it through the block, unfortunately. Now, what I want to do here... look of the day is always good, as long as you time that correctly. Nice rolled maximum value. It inflicts a whole bunch of really good sort of status effects. This one might help us defensively because we'll be rolling higher. And be able to sort of get, yeah. Considering this is going to be a long battle as well, we'll go for look of the day. And we will give that to... Give that to you. Give it a sufferer. Alright, so... Yeah, this is fine. We'll do that. And... They're all using their trash disposal, huh? Okay. Roll here. Over here, do you have anything that will help out? Oh, paralysis, which is good, admittedly. Actually, you can't. Your energy's too low. So I might just have to sort of separate some of this damage out. Yeah, we'll redirect you so you're not going after that, and we'll just proceed from here. Ah, staggered, excellent. Ouch. And another staggered. Great. That'll slow them down. Now, as for you... You now die over there. Over here... We'll go with the scratch that. Well, not scratch that, tailoring. Over here... Interrupt here. And... that and that, I think. Actually, I don't want to lose those cards. Especially considering we're going to restore our light next. Nice. Alright. Managed to beat up a whole bunch of them with that. I think we will take Cocoon now, actually. And give that to Hod. Right now, you might want to use it. Might want to use that. Sadly. We can actually kill this one this round because they don't have the persistence on them. Over here. We can't intercept, unfortunately. But we can just go around. Actually, you're going to use persistence. Okay. One over there. Yep. Might do that anyway, even if you do have persistence, we might get lucky. Ah, damn it. Keep on getting that. Alright, persistence rock there, I think. And still sweep them, move onwards regardless. I'm sorry, dear neighbors. Hey, have some more fuel. Family waiting for us. Could not finish the sweeping. Now, excellent. You've done nicely there. And the music has picked up in tempo. Excellent. Okay, you can't do anything. Over here. Alright, they did heal up because of their corpse cleanup ability. Over here. We want to focus our efforts on you. You, on the other hand, I'm gonna go full ham this round with you. Alright. Wait for the fierces. There we go. Well done. And we should be able to polish them up. Excellent. And I just got 2 more rounds of that. Alright, more sweepers. Basically the same deck here. Now, our options are to continue with this team. They are a little bit hurt, but they do have high emotion level, so they're going to be able to go very aggressive very early on. Or you could bring in another team so that they will have their emotion level go up an extent. So that we've got 2 reasonably beefy teams, reasonably built up teams to go into the 3rd act, which will be against the named sweepers. How are you guys for piercing? Not so good. Endured, weak. Angel's not so good here, but the other ones are. So I might go with Malkuth's team in order to build up their emotional level. Okay. All is for Mother and our family. Okay. You've got a excellent combination of cards there. Precisely what I was looking for. Do that. Over here. This is not what I was looking for. We'll just bludgeon you a little bit. Now, you go for that. Spend one of these over there. Hold on a second. Let us intercept over here because you endure piercing. So even if you get hit, you're not going to take much damage. We'll split the difference, essentially. Okay. Damn it. Nice. Max damage. Well done. Now the tailoring. Great. Tailoring is really good against these guys. Oh, it's interesting because they do mention that they sort of gotten attacked by the carnival, and the carnival's where you get the tailoring cards. Alright. You're vulnerable this round, unfortunately. Very, very vulnerable. Okay. Didn't get the emotion level, sadly. Okay. We're gonna go tailoring over there, and we'll go with a loosen up. Over here, we will intercept one of these. We'll intercept you. You don't have the option to intercept this round, unfortunately, so we'll just have to go around. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna suck a little bit for you, I admit. At least the piercing isn't a lot, but it can recycle lots. Okay, let's go. Ouch. Oh, nice. And another staggered. Excellent. Okay. Now, next turn. Hold up. Aha! Now, Malkuth has a brawl in hand. So what I am going to do is I am going to put happy memories on Malkuth. So this will reduce the cost of whenever she plays Brawl. Now you can't intercept. You can do some damage to the people who are staggered, but they might just revive. So let's inflict some more damage this way, shall we? Now over here, gonna go with that and that. Over here, we will intercept and intercept and let's try that. There's our stagger. And another bunch of solid blows there. A couple of revives, unfortunately. Okay. Now, your turn. Possibly take you out with a tailoring. Yours has gone down. You might do that, actually. Oh, actually, you're being attacked. You do endure a little bit. Over here. Hang on. Now we roll you, because you can't intercept. Do that. Right, you can't do anything right now. Have you slap that guy down a little bit. And yeah, you can't intercept. We can, however, possibly stagger this guy for next round and then finish him off. Alright, let's do that. Well, that didn't turn out like I expected. Painfulness. There we go. That's one person down. And next up, we are going to use ashes. And we are going to put ashes on Malkuth. Going to use scratch that here. We might have to go with a daring decision on this one. Now, as for you, over there. Okay. Didn't quite. Ooh, ouch. You're going to... Yeah, you're going to regain persistence, unfortunately. Alright. This isn't too bad. Now we're going to have trouble sort of interrupting. Do we want to act now? Or do we want to leave this? Ah, you actually do restore if your hand is empty, so I'm actually fine with doing a daring decision here, because you will be able to get some cards back. Nothing we can do here, unfortunately. Alright. Let's go with that. Ouch. Ouch. Unfortunate. Ow. Alright, Lyre and Mirabelle are certainly taking some damage, which is not good. Hopefully we can do something to counter that. You've got a strength up, it seems. We're gonna brawl over here. Over here, they're going to... go with some... Why would we do that? I do that. And... I can stagger you, so it's worthwhile even if the persistent procs. Ow. There goes one person, unfortunately. I think they might get a heal off of that. Alright, that person's down. Alright. Sadly, we didn't get predation earlier on. Let us... Let's grab Gluttony and we'll stick it on Mirabelle. Maybe Mirabelle can recover some HP out of this. Alright. Well, you've leveled up your light, haven't you? Okay, so we're gonna need to deal with you, aren't we? bit too high for my liking. Let's do that though. Those fairies really helping Mirabelle get some HP back, which is nice. And also the kill. Yep, I feel bad for Finn as well. Finn is also one of those decent fellows who aren't able to sort of, I guess, hack it in the city, because the city is a rough place, unfortunately. Alright, we're running out of cars here. Oh, you've started playing Library of Ruina yourself, Voided Lightning. Yeah. I feel sorry for Finn. Okay. Let's go with this and see how things go. Not well, apparently. Okay, let's hopefully don't take too much damage. Alright, well, we're back in the game, but I would commit war crimes for Argalia. Let's hope you don't have to, though. Oh, crap. I feel like Angel's about to die. We're able to get the intercepts here. Okay. Ouch. One person down. And heal up Angel, actually. Let's redistribute things a little bit. no healing for you, apparently. Alright. Down they go. Alright. So, they're going to be weaker for this, this fight here. Let's have a look at the named ones, shall we? So you have Anton over here. Recover 2 stagger resist on a successful attack. Okay. He's got 3 copies of this, unfortunately. Also has the ability to inflict paralysis on people. Obviously has trash disposal as well. Lila over here recovers HP on successful attacks. This will give protection to random allies. And obviously you've got 3 of those, because of course you do. Of course everyone does, really. And Valerie, stagger resist again. Night in the back streets. Valerie's got the same deck as the base ones, it's just a little bit tougher. Okay. Alright, now, decisions. We head in with Hod's team and try and... Yeah, I think we might have to head in with Hod's team, and if they fall, Malkuth can wipe up? Okay. Okay, dear neighbors, have you refilled your fuel tanks? Shall commence the sweeping. Let us quickly sweep and leave. We must prepare for the sweeping of tonight. Lots of sweeping. Okay. Thankfully, none of them are double speed characters, but you don't necessarily have to be a double speed character to do well. Now, Slaytanic, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the Fox Shrine. We could go straight into a tailoring here. To avoid the risk of Brawl picking up a loosen up. How are you going? Now, who else are we? Over here, we are going to intercept you, and I don't have slashing. Nah, except for you who endures it. I'm having a lot of fun with this. We've definitely sort of reached the point where the game's gotten harder. We're currently fighting these sweepers, as you can see. I'm hoping to try and find myself some single attack cards that might be able to help us take down the King of Greed. Not King of Greed, the Queen of Hatred, sorry. Because I figure single attack cards will be able to sort of counter her ranged cards. Okay, and... let's go for an attack over there. Now, not at the King of Hatred. A Queen of Hatred, yeah. Queen of Hatred is indeed scary. I've tried fighting her several times already. And she's, oh, damn it. Rolled pretty bad here, unfortunately. In terms of You got perfect, actually. So yeah, go over there. And you're gonna attack over there, but that will be endured. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Continue over there. And you are going to go just try to sort of inflict bleed on some people, I think. You're already sort of taken a few hits there, so we'll just lay things on over there and wait for the frowny face. There we go. Ouch. Yep, bash that guy. Ouch. Another with the chain. Excellent roll right there. More chains. Okay. Now, what are we going to do here? On hits against a staggered enemy, all attacks recover HP. Alright, you could certainly consider that. We're not really using block die, so ignore that. Enemies lose 1 power in clashes against selected librarian. Upon winning a clash, inflict bind and fragile next scene at 50% chance. Okay, so I think they're between meal and alertness. Let me check the HP of people. Sort of like this. Doing reasonably well. And obviously reducing the power in clashes, and these guys do have a fair few, is going to let us win clashes, which will essentially work as healing, in that it is reducing the amount of damage that we're taking. This is only against staggered enemies. And there's a lot of them. Alertness. I think we'll go with alertness. They're also fast enemies, so inflicting a bit of bind on them will be nice. To sort of enable us to sort of redirect attacks better, and fragile lets us deal more damage to them. Alertness is where we're at. Now, what do we want to go with? Let us... a sticky one. Let's think you want Elvis, actually. Alright. Ooh, double brawl with daring decision. This'll be pretty good. Over there. We are going to start running out of cards, admittedly, which is going to suck. But them's the breaks. Now over here, going to counter. Hold on a second. I don't want to forget about Shy Look. I do this all the time, so let's not do it this time. Can we get a good intercept? Yes. Actually. Over there. And... over there. Now, for this move, we don't have any brawls, but we do have now die. So we're gonna go over there and sneak around here. However, we're going to go this route. Like that. There we go. staggered. Nice. I managed to get one of them down before they could trigger persistence. Practice caution. Remaining neighbors and families need not worry. Okay, that was a good move. I think we might have overkilled that person a bit, but that just means we'll have some more cards later on. Because those cards won't get used. Ooh, nice. Excellent. Alright, some of them healed, obviously, corpse collection. But the important thing is we've taken someone off the board. Alright. Now you're out of cards now. But if we can slow them down via staggering, it's not going to matter. Now over here, going to brawl you, which will be tailoring. Over here, do that, and another hit on you. And you're going to do that and do that, because you've got fragile on you. So you can do some extra damage. You might revive, but what we're aiming for here is the stagger. To give ourselves some breathing room. Damn it! I did that. Always gotta be careful with Shylock. Thankfully it ended up working out anyway. Alright, so we've got 3 of the enemies staggered. That's good. That'll give ourselves some breathing room to recover some cards. And a little bit of light, I suppose. Okay. So, simple is, I'm gonna do a brawl here. Do we want to beat anyone up? Not with you. I'm gonna wait with you, certainly. Over here, you can get a hit in edgewise here, I think. We might... We might hold on to this. Because you're better in clashes, and we might get a brawl next round. It hurts when there's all these sort of staggered enemies that I can sort of lay into, but they could also revive if I sort of act. Again, this was all for breathing room. And another stagger. Excellent. Wait. I just got ourselves loosened up, unfortunately. Alright, so you can act. We're going to roll over there. Yeah, you gotta activate freaking assistance again, aren't you? Over here, roll. You're at max light now, aren't you? Don't have... Okay. solidarity certainly helps. Going to do is that, and just go for a defend here, really. Take the anger. Ouch. Ooh. That was a stagger on our end. Okay. Let's go with meal. And stick this on you, I think. I would be tempted to put it on McKenna, but her survival is risky. We've managed to get ourselves up to max emotion level, it seems. Emotion level 4, rather. I haven't heard this trap before. Sadly, we don't get emotion level 5 because that gives us extra card draw. Okay. Alright, nothing there. Alright, I've got to take action here. Gotta do that. What are you about to do here? You should be fine. Gotta go over there and hope that paralysis sort of kicks in a bit on at a good point. And we're also going to go with a scratch of that. Over there, I guess? No, you're going to get sort of 3 defenses. What you're going to do is lay into this guy. We might be able to get through the persistent. Alright. Ouch. Now let's see where things go from here. Oh crap, I thought you were Olga. Never mind. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Okay. Yeah, their defensive dice are quite strong because of their abilities. Yeah, I think we might have run out of steam. Okay. this isn't good. Oh, that's another stagger. Okay. We can do something with you at least. You have a brawl available to hopefully defend someone. That's speed 5. Actually, you should be fine. I think you're screwed regardless of what you do, so we're not going to bother. On the other hand... Yeah, it's certainly a long battle. Might redirect over there so that you can sort of get around. This persistence is really annoying. Okay. Yeah, we knew that was going to happen. Yeah, and there's the revive. Okay. Now... Damn it. Okay. Now you two are both down. Okay. Also, hey, Virulent. How are you going? We're about to activate persistence again. Let's do that. 7 tries later beat the first suppression. Congratulations, Void! Yeah, you gotta... you do have to treat them as puzzle battles, really. I'm gonna make sure you die. Gotta do that. And can't do anything. It'd be nice to interrupt, but we'll just have to let you take the damage. Okay. Yeah, I've been, damn it! I was hoping we'd be able to survive that. Oh, alright. I'm very much enjoying this game. It's, definitely become a lot trickier. But it's a very well done game. Alright, so what I need to do here is just try and inflict as much damage as possible so the next team can come in and... do some damage. Hopefully those single-use cards are going to come back, aren't they, for the next act, aren't they? That's unfortunate. Okay. Ever have that moment where you kill 4 sweepers in one round and the last one gets full HP? We managed to kill 2, possibly 3 in one round. Well, Elvis is able to do something, it seems. You, on the other hand, are not. So... I'm gonna go around like that and just try to inflict some damage there. I'm not gonna bother intercepting because you're dead regardless of what you do. And obviously that's for any character, unfortunately. We try and defend against this at all? Actually, this guy's gonna stagger us, so we kinda have to. Wedge office pages? Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, they're all at rank 5 now as well. Alright. Now, our next team is unfortunately rather beat up, so we'll have to see how they go, sadly. Okay, yeah, they're all at high speeds now as well. Do that. Roll. Roll. Let's try that. Here. And we'll do this anyway. Try and get around you. Alright. Let's see how this goes. double persistent? Jeez, alright. Ouch. Okay. I have a feeling we're not winning this one. Get in there, maybe. Yep, you're doomed. How does that even work? How does what even work, sorry? Lots of persistent. Oh. Ouch. Ouch! It's possible that they played two persistent cards at the same time. Alright. Need to do something about here. Basically, just kill. We'll endure that at least. And heal a bit, I think. Do that. Alright, let's go. Oh, damn. Ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch! Damn it. Alright. Well, nice knowing you, Angel. Let's intercept that to get some pain off of Malkuth here. Fight against that. Oh, here comes the stagger. Damn it. Here it comes. That was not an easy battle. got right to the end, so we probably got ourselves a bunch of sweeper pages at least. Yeah, we got a bunch of sweeper books out of it. But we will have to go back and get Sayo and Kurakuno, unfortunately. I did get a stray dog one there. Yeah, a bunch of stray dog stuff there. Almost got through. I just sort of fell apart at the end. We did unlock this one here. The Book of the Little Red Riding Hooded Mercenary, which I'm guessing it required. Yep, Sweeper, She, and Yujin. So I'll have to consider if you want to try that one. Hopefully this one's a bit easier than Queen of Hatred. Let's try it, see how it goes. Let us go burn some of those sweeper books there. We'll burn all the books of Valerie because we're gonna have to do that battle again, so why not? Alright, so gained ourselves Sweeper pages and Valerie pages. Yeah, so yeah. Have a 5% max HP at the end of the scene. You kind of nerfed that for us, didn't you? Yeah, trash disposal, which you can only have one of, but it's a decent card, as long as you're making a sweeper deck. Alright. Now let's consider our next move. I'm going to see about doing this. See what this is all about. Though I'm going to have to sort of equip them as well. Well, I'll have to have a look at it, and Queen of Hatred certainly isn't a fun fight either. I think it's important to have a look at it, so we can sort of see where we might want to go in the future. So let's go have an attempt at it. It's not going to be a serious attempt. We should probably go get more Wedge Office cards, actually. There's a gold card we need to get. We might try that, actually, after this. Though we're going to have to fight another boss fight, aren't we? Alright. Yeah, let's go do this first. We're not going serious on this one. We're simply going bog standard. Not even going to go grab. I'm not even going to go grab like 2-speed dice here. We're just going to go in and see what happens. Basically, everyone's essentially equipped very similarly. And let's see what her gimmick is. Oh, it's the wolf instead. The wolf in her nightmares, rather. Alright. This is why we have to stop the two facing each other at all costs. Dude, that's tense. What's up with these two anyway? Watch out. The wolf is the sole reason for the Red Hood to exist, in a way. Oh! Shit. We're surrounded. We're surrounded, people. Let's, they're probably gonna fight each other, right, in between us. Alright, so Wolf has speed 2. Uses Howl every 3 to 4 scenes, targeting all characters. When HP falls to 50% or lower, gain a speed die and use Howl every scene. Which is probably like some sort of mass attack, I guess. And got Red Hood over here. Extra speed. The battle is won if the mercenary finishes off the wolf. The battle is lost if the mercenary dies before the wolf does. Okay. So she's essentially on our side, but she's doing her AoE sort of bullshit, similar to Lobotomy Corporation. Uses Strike Without Hesitation every 2 to 3 scenes, targeting all characters. And when the Rage meter is filled, enter a state of Rage. Rage meter rises upon taking damage from the wolf and decreases upon dealing damage to the wolf. The screen becomes redder. Lasts 2 scenes, gain 2 strength, and use mass attack pages. Fury with no outlet. Yeah, ooh. If a librarian lands a killing blow on the wolf, the abnormality enters a Fury with no outlet state and gains additional max HP and stagger resist. Afterwards, recover 50% of max HP and fully recover stagger resist. Fury with no outlet permanently persists. Gain 5 strength and haste each scene, and use mass attack pages. And a bunch of blank stuff here, apparently. Okay. So we need her to land a killing blow, otherwise we'll need to fight her as well, is what I am gathering here. Alright. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright, so on Clash Wing, inflict 3 stagger, deal 10 stagger damage, destroy all of the target's dice with her hollow point shells, and once ineffective against you, huh? Okay. Gold shields? I haven't seen that before. Does this ever show up in here? Maybe those persist. True Claws? Yeah, the yellow die. I haven't seen yellow die before. It looks like it's a block card, but... It's counter die. Alright, I haven't seen counter die before. Might not have added it to the... Remove from the page at the start of a scene and get used like unused defensive die. Remove from the page. Ah, I see. So they're not used as part of that battle, but they're used for the next battle. I see. Okay. So those will persist. Gotcha. Now what happens if we interrupt here? Alright, so that will interrupt, so she'll be able to attack unchallenged. I see. Which is pretty good, actually. Like, her cards are unlikely to sort of get through normally. So if we sort of allow ourselves to sort of take the hits and let her hit with her hollow points, she will destroy all of the target's dice. So I guess all of them? Even the other ones? Okay. let's interrupt there. We can take a few hits, I think. We'll take a risk here, I think. Let's see how this goes. We'll find out how counter dice work in practice, and how these hollow point shells work too. Ah, right, range attack. Ah, never mind. Hey Drago, welcome. Okay. I think I see what we want to do here now. If we can, we want someone with ranged cards so that we can outshoot Red here and try and penetrate those defensive die so that she can get through with her hollow points. Okay. Lunch break, nice. Okay. Cover 10 HP and stagger resist. Okay, so she gets to heal herself. That's good. Got a lower chance, but let's do that. All right, let's mostly experimenting here. Yeah, that's going to attack everyone. Do we try and block her mass attack, or do we let her do that against us? Maybe build for slashing resist so that we can block her mass summation. Alright, there's her hollow point. It's gonna go next, I guess. Bloodstained Hunt. Ah, gotcha. Thank you very much, Konok. And if it sort of wins, it'll destroy the dice. Gotcha. I see. So that is survivable, certainly. of those damn cards. Alright. Alright, so she's mad. Bullet shower. Mass individual. Right. And you're gonna howl now. Doesn't actually do damage to her because she's basically immune to blunt, but it does make her mad, which causes her to use bullet shower. Okay. They've certainly increased the complexity of the battles now. Okay. How often mass attacks happens and the wolf's counter dice give it strength. Yeah. Open. All right. Let's try that. And all right. Oh, hold on. Damage there. Ouch. The fox isn't going to beat the wolf this round, I don't think. Basically, the intention here was simply to try and learn what this battle's all about. She's going to... Yeah, it's gonna kill Gabura. Yeah, info gathering, exactly, will be nimble. How are you going, by the way? Is that Doc OC? Yeah, Doc Ock. Kind of. There was an outfit that we could give that makes someone into Doc Ock, essentially. So yeah. That's kind of what we got. Crap. Okay, yeah, I feel like what we want to do is have a high-speed character with range attacks for this. That's good to hear. Oh, are you perhaps volunteering to become a librarian? Honestly, I should be writing all of this down. Give me a second. Okay. Red Hood. Mass attacks. Hollow point rounds, deadly burst, wolf. Use ranged attacks to defeat armor for her. Alright, so keep that in mind. And... Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, right, we can't do anything essentially. We're gonna get murdered right now. What? Yeah. Ooh. Hollow point got through, but it only destroys that single dice, I guess. Yeah, I know. That's basically what's killing me for these fights. Emotion level is max 1 because obviously you don't have any abnormalities dealt with. Gonna howl, are you? Guess we'll try and counter that. It's got a lot going on for this. Yep. There goes mass summation, which is gonna be painful. And also, you're probably gonna go down, admittedly. We did reduce the power of all your defensive die, admittedly, thanks to Red Hood. How did that not work there? Chow, yep. Hood's mad. Yep, down we go. The fight continues because Hood's still alive for now, and down we go. Alright. I suppose, yeah, technically, you don't need to survive as long as Red Hood is able to finish the wolf. Alright, we're gonna hold off on that one, I think. Little Red and Queen are definitely worse at the subsequent fight. Makes sense, because, like, as you say, you're lacking the emotion levels, you're lacking the abnormality pages that can sort of help boost your team. You've only got sort of like a squad of 3. Which is normally good, but yeah. So I think I might try to get some more Wedge Office cards, because we don't have what's his face? We don't have Salvador yet. So I think Salvador could help us out, and there's some strong sort of single target ones in there if I recall right. Actually, do we even have... Yeah, we don't have Salvador, and we don't have Oscar either. So we need to get them. It's yeah, Oscar, Wedge Office. Yeah, they've got some solid stuff there. Yeah, I need to get those, I think. They might make the Gabura fight easier, or they might make like these fights easier as well. I'm surprised I managed to get through this one, admittedly. This one was a pretty tough one, but we managed to get there. Alright, so we'll start off with this one here. We'll go fight Salvador again. And we'll try and keep Salvador alive until the end, taking down Una and Philip first, because we want Salvador's emotion level to go up. Now, we are going to engage this fight with... I kind of removed some of these guys' stuff. Haven't sort of boosted them as much. They should be able to take it though. We haven't used them yet. Electric Shock's really nice though. I do like that. I haven't sort of given you a brawl deck though. Will you be fine? There we go. Right, we've also sort of equipped you. Right, we'll take Netzak's team in with this lot. I know I should give him some passives. Usually I try to sort of do those off stream so that it's not sort of slowing things down. Alright. Start off. Roll and loosen up. Roll. Loosen up. Oh, you want to endure those? That's fine then. Do a bunch of damage to him initially. Yeah. I'll slow him down. Side attacks. There we go. Staggered. And also killing him first doesn't hurt us because he strengthens up at emotion 1 and he doesn't drop any books anyway. So we will finish you off. Let's do that. Over here, let's can I go for tailoring? Tailoring's good. We'll go for tailoring. Prawnkind, welcome! Thank you very much for the raid. Let me give you a proper old shout out there. How was your stream? Beauty of brawl builds. Brawl builds are nice. Goat Simulator, huh? Playing those silly games I see. Did you have fun? Just be careful. I do like to eat shrimp. And prawns. Glad you had fun. We're just playing some I was going to say Lobotomy Corp for a second, but that was then, this is now. We are playing Library of Ruina, which is a deck building game. How dare. I dare. I do dare. How you going? Okay. Alright, you know what, I won't eat you. I'll be nice. Okay, that's Salvador. Gooseman Bonk the Honky, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the Fox Shrine. Firehouse subs? Well, thank you, ad, I guess. I will be honest, I am not responsible for the ads that are shown on my channel. So that was just fortunate. You know what? Yeah, sandwiches are good. Especially good sandwiches. Let us... Yeah, no problem. Go get yourself some rest. No, we're not gonna do that one. Tentacles is no good here right now. Oh, actually, tentacles is fine. I mean the other one. Oh, you got a tailoring. Thank you very much, Braun. Hope you have a good rest. Official sandwich endorser. Hey, what's not to like about a sandwich? It's got bread, and you can put anything in between it. Anything you want. Punch. Let's punch you a little bit. We are indeed pro sandwich here. And... you gained your stagger back yet? No, so no point. Oh, Laughing Powder. Laughing Powder's really good. Oh, that sounds nice, Drago. Alright. There we go, Salvador. No. Drago can absolutely have that. We may be pro-sandwich, but that does not mean we are anti-other foods. Alright, so we've got ourselves some books of Salvador. Let's go burn them. Salvador, where are you? Here. There we go. Got extra Una. You have to consider Lone Fixer. That could be good on someone who's soloing stuff. I would certainly like to go to Ham Ham Pang Pang. Alright, and we got ourselves a Salvador. Who does actually look like would be useful for the Gaburo fight, because endured slashing. Oh, Gooseman, thank you very much for the subscription. I do appreciate that. Okay, so speed dice +1. Allies gain protection at the start of the act. Not big, it's not sort of like a permanent thing, but it sort of helps you at the start. And on a successful hit, you'll +1 to 2 stagger damage if the target has burn. Alright, so we got to keep that in mind. Sandwich from aluminium. That's morally questionable. So, with Salvador, we want to be building a burn deck, and obviously, we get a lot of burn cards with this. Okay. Now, do we try this battle again? We will have to fight against a souped up Philip right at the end. But even if we don't win that fight, we'll still be getting books of Oscar, Pameli, and Pamela. So it might be worthwhile regardless. Pretty sure most of what you say is morally questionable. Quite possibly. Oh yes, and I forgot to sort of mention, we do have openings for librarians. So if people want to grab a position, just let me know. We work solely on consent here, in accordance with the rules of the library. Only people who want to be librarians shall be inducted into the ranks. We basically got spaces free everywhere except for Gabura's section, which is the floor of language. And have a quick drink. Proud Bina simp. Alright, so we'll might wait for Bina for you, I guess. Let's we'll do this. Yeah, Gabura is very popular. Which team do we want to send in here? Which team did we win it with last time? Let's send in this team. Yeah, we sort of built slightly different on you because we're using a Valentin page. I sort of found out. Yep. Well, yeah, we'll try Yesod's group. Okay. Now, Philip is obviously, again, going to get stronger if we leave him to emotion up. So, we don't want that to happen, do we? Let's do that. Over here. Oh, you're both going for collision, eh? Let's head that one off. We're weak for that, so we definitely want to do that. Thank you very much for following, Will Be Nimble. Well, to the Fox Shrine. I hope you enjoy your stay. There we go. That should help. Okay. Engage. Ouch. Damn it. Oh, nice, nice. And you're staggered. Oh, I guess we're... the fact you understand emotion coins at this point is better than... Oh! That's, It does take a little bit to sort of get your emotion... get emotions understood. And, Slate Tanic! Thank you very much for the subscription. Again, very much appreciate it. Thank you so much. I haven't actually watched that HOD emotion tutorial that people have talked about. So apparently it's meant to be good. Yeah, HOD emotion coin class. I thought someone could link that in chat. Actually, I wanna watch that after the stream. All right, so you need to power back up. So do that. Over here, brawl. Do that. Ah, damn it, Philip leveled up. Okay. Well, we'll do that. Well, I sort of took a look at Brawl, and I saw how it synergized really well with Scratch That, and pairing that with how emotions work, you can run really high cost, a really sort of high cost decks without so much concern. Let me, yeah, sorry, got that loaded up now. Thank you very much. We'll be nimble. Obviously, you sort of have a little bit because you're still going to run into issues, and you do run out of juice eventually, as we've sort of seen. But it gives you a lot of power early on, and you can basically keep on brawling until you hit your emotion cap and run out of cards. Usually that's enough. We're starting to sort of see the limits of that strategy, but for a basic general use, very good. Okay, so I'm going to do that over there. Yes, this should be fine. Yeah, I can definitely imagine Brawl being a good endgame card as well. Ouch. Damn it. When will you learn your lesson, old man? Alright, alright. Oh, no violence. Damn. Okay. Metallic ringing on you. We basically built you to be our bludgeon. Yeah, because Brawl is a very weird card when you sort of look at it initially. Like, let me pull it up right now. Oh, I don't have it right now. But yeah, it says that it uses the dice on the other thing. But obviously, that just means dice. It doesn't mean the use effect. So if you use it to get around the use effect of Scratch That, which it sort of comes with immediately. You can basically just sort of look at the enemy's deck and see how they're sort of using it, and get ideas that way. And Brawl obviously works really well with itself, because it has really sort of high numbers on itself. It doesn't normally use itself, but when you can use it with itself, it's really good. You just have to be careful not to get stuck with Loosen Up. which is why having a 2-speed deck with a Brawl deck is important, so that you can spend these Loosen Up cards as back attacks to gain light. And Loosen Up works really good with Valentin as well because of the single dice boost. Alright, over here. Yeah, gonna go straight up tailoring here. And loosen up there. Yeah, so bleed will proc with your attacks. Just finish Oscar off, because we do have a boss battle after this. We need to stay strong. We don't have to worry about this, because Oscar's going to get taken out by that. So, just next scene or Feeble. Inflict paralysis on your next scene, I think. Now, over here... This is a pretty good card with Brawl as well. It's more useful to use on its own versus Scratch That. But the numbers aren't quite as good. It basically just gives you options. So you can use one or the other. And you can obviously have more Wraths of Torment than Scratch That in your deck. And they obviously do different sorts of damage. Oh no, they do the same damage actually. Just rearranged. Okay. We will... Torment there. And again, go around like that. Solid hit. Oh, right, he's got Last Stand. Never mind. I forgot about that one. Yeah, so that's gonna hurt, unfortunately. Alright, Violets. We are going to give that to Rev. Go over there. Right, out of juice. Okay. And be... hang on. There we go. Abused Rip Space for as long as you could. What do you mean by that? I'm not familiar with that card, I have to say. Right, we're not going to be able to get around here, unfortunately. Ouch. Up, the bleed got him. Okay, gotcha. I'll try and remember that one, but there are so many cards that it's hard to keep them all in mind. I'm gonna do that, and we'll be able to get around his defenses like that. Because this will attack first, and hold off. Second level of this tier. Gotcha, so that's going to take a little bit for me to acquire. And... slam into you there. Alright, there he goes. And incoming one-winged angel mode. We did take some punishment, unfortunately. Oh, yet again? Oh, well, we can just skip that because we've already sort of covered that story. Does it make sense that they sort of do that again? Alright. Now, we're going to... Gonna have a music override. There we go. And we have to remember that he has Feather Shield on. So what we want to do is try and avoid over-attacking him, essentially. Because these burns will add up over time. There is still benefit. Like, even if he takes less damage, he still takes a stagger damage, save against Blunt, which is actually unfortunate over here. But yeah, we'll have to basically pace ourselves through this. Don't overdo it. Actually, yeah, all right. Do need to get these loosen ups out of hand, admittedly. This one's fine, actually. Can reduce his offensive power with this, however. Actually, let's do this one. This one might be one feeble, but paralyze and lowering the cost will be useful. So let's do that. And you don't do anything. Oh, he just inflicts burn regardless as well. Okay. Alright. Alright. Now... Chained Wrath might be quite good here. Again, on you. You are kind of hurt, but your blunt cards will be able to do a fair bit. Now over here, we're going to... Going to restore sunlight, I guess. Over here. Do that. And that. Over here. Do that. And again, we need to get these light cards out. So, like that. And nothing else. Go. Yeah, these burns are really adding up. Everywhere's covered in pain now as his emotion level increases. Okay, now this is what I was hoping for. I was hoping that he would sort of use this as a chance to attack you. Because... And... yeah, your feather shield is down now. Okay. Mass attack. And yep, you've got 2 paralyze on you, so all of your cards, all of your dice, rather, will be reduced by 3. Their max value, rather. So, gonna gain protection here, I think. Actually, no. Gain protection there, and loosen up there. Actually, we can just intercept that. Wrong one. Right. Actually, no, we can just intercept everything. Let's just intercept everything. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's, not exactly a good feeling. I do agree with you there. So, intercept that with that. This fight's going alright. We're currently farming up, wedge office cards, because we've made it to the next area, and it's rather tricky. We ended up having a bad fight with the Sweepers, Queen of Hatred, and Little Red Riding Hood. Are quite difficult abnormality battles. So we're just trying to do our best. Now, over here... Except you with the brawl. And... heavy beats there. Loosen up. And... there we go. Alright, we should be able to do a fair bit to you this round, because your shield is down. Now, as for you... let's go... Wrath of Torment. And loosen up. This is my first playthrough, yes. Stagger him! Okay, might get him this round, actually. Alright. He's unleashed his sword. I was hoping this wouldn't happen, but we might be able to stagger him anyway. Searing sword. Okay. Yeah, honestly, with all the paralysis on him, I think this should be fine. He might be getting a lot of dice, but his stagger resist is ridiculous at the moment. Also, how are you going, the Hermit? Hope you're doing alright. We'll hold on to this one because he's going to get staggered. over here. I'll go with a tailoring. Intercept. Alright. Yeah, no problem. I hope you have a nice dinner. And... Alright. This is our chance. There we go. There's the stagger. Just lay into him. Shields are down. Go for the core. Yeah, pass is nice. Okay. Well done, everyone. Alright, got more, got copies of Searing Sword now, apparently. Okay. And, we got the ego gifts from that, too. Sharpened Sword and Imperfect Ego. Alright, so this wasn't the team that defeated him last. Nice. Alright, we've got to go Glasses Squad now. After I see Philip's fight, after doing a fresh one with just Keita. Just Keita? Oh dear. That certainly leaves you vulnerable, doesn't it? Let's go give them... No. Didn't give you that, did we? I'll defeat one enemy by bleed. Right. Okay, so that's how we got that with old Oscar. Full passives. Easily nuked wedge office and Philip just folded. Haha. Poor Philip. Alright, so we'll grab that. Not really using block dice. Hot-blooded Brawler. That's actually really good, plus 3 HP. Alright. Full stop passives, yeah. I suppose that would give you a very big initial boost. If you can just sort of nuke them in the first round. Glasses. Yep. Glasses. I'll do that. Alright. Now, no, I'm not playing optimally or anything like that. There's still characters who don't have passives equipped. I try to sort of do that off stream, as I've sort of mentioned already. Let me have a quick drink. Let me have a quick look at Meow Meow and Alec. Actually, I don't think I have Meow Meow. Oh no, I do have Meow. Let's which one was Meow Meow? The 2 random strength. Gotcha. And I suppose inflicting fragile as well also helps with damage in the next round if you're using blunt attacks. And Alok, yeah, paralysis. I need to get more Alok pages, I think, actually. That would be really good for the start of things, because paralysis is a really good ability. Yeah, opportunity spot with... I remember looking at that card. It didn't quite work for what I was going for. What was that things again? That was over here, wasn't it? That was a 3 cost or a 4 cost? No, I think I was thinking of observe. Opportunity spotted. Over here. Low cost card, much attack, and enemy's going to have paralysis. Okay, yeah, that can very much add up if you've got +5 power. Yeah, a lot of these cards, you have to sort of work out combinations with them. Some are more obvious than others. That would be very good with a paralysis-based deck. Which honestly, paralysis-based decks are really good. Is that because of the max damage, minimum damage? Yeah, the game could use a manual to sort of explain all the different sorts of things, and also a glossary for all the different sorts of combat terms. Broke your perception of the game after your challenge run. Solo Roland, good strat. Alright, let's think about what we want to do now. We did get those. We need to burn those, don't we? Wedge Office. Let's burn these first to get the Pamela cards out. Trying to get a 6 cost page to a 0 cost. Okay. Now, Trance Pierce is a card that I like. I'm thinking of using a lot of these with the Queen of Hatred fight because of the way that ranged works with melee. Have the very high sort of initial burst. Basically sort of deflect all of the ranged attacks is what I'm sort of thinking there. And let's see if we can get ourselves an Oscar. There we go. Alright, Oscar. Endurer's Piercing. Damage, Unrelenting, so he'll have basically Guts, Piercing, Jolting Puncture, and Wedge. Very nice. Yeah, I know, you've got the manual like that. Even still, I think it will still be quite valuable, considering the... Did I do the general reception using the she-books? I haven't done the general receptions yet, no. I do have some she-books. I did manage to get Eugen as well, which is pretty good. Honestly, like that's what I've been planning to do off stream. Let's do some general receptions. All right. Yeah, obviously you can do the 3. That's John. Never mind. Let's get rid of that. Let's start easy first. Let's go with the first one. And then we'll do the others. I still need to unlock Hanafuda herself. I do have a book of Hanafuda that I need to unlock. I need to do another Hanafuda match. Who do we get here with Book of Valentin? Ah, the Seven Association, huh? Okay. So, when targeting and attacking a target with a damage type they're weak or fatal to, deal +1 damage. Alright, and they are weak to piercing, and this is actually a longer app as well. So, adds on guard to user's hand. 2 cost, 6 to 10, exhausts on use. Gives +1 strength to target and self. Next scene. Riposte. Add 1 power to next die. Alright, so lots of single target damage. Which again is what I am looking for, to be honest. Flesh would be good against Queen of Hatred, actually. Slap her passives on Olga. Yeah, Olga's good for the discard play. Alright, yeah, let's go do this battle. We can get the Seven Association seems like they've got some good cards for what I was looking for, and they're piercing as well. So that's got to play well with the piercing power up that you get from Wedge. Alright. Let us go with... Let's go with Hod this time. General Reception, you were thinking of uses 2 different books, not 3. Ah, gotcha, no problem. Again, it's something that we will be working through. I do intend to finish the game. I do try to grind off-stream rather than on-stream, although this stream has had a little bit of that, I admit. But it seems like people are enjoying it, so alright. Now, let's maybe targeted up over there, sorry. No? Right, over here. Never mind. Loosen up there. Oh, good. These guys are actually vulnerable to being staggered with bludgeoning. Alright. Now. Over here. Do that. And just slash you a little bit. Okay. Now, over here, intercept that. Oh, we don't want to do that. Go over there. Alright, he is a little bit of trouble. But you're going to endure it anyway. Alright, let's go. Actually, I should have listened to what they had to say. I kind of accidentally skipped through it. That was my fault. Normally I try to sort of go through the dialogue of everyone new that we fight. There we go. You are absolutely correct. Because this is on Clash Win. And Inflict Fragile, so... Yeah, this is going to make the Queen of Hatred fight a lot easier. Because this is similar to how Retaliate works. Retaliate was one of my favorite earlier cards, because of the way the evade works. If you get to evade a fair few sort of attacks, your next attack gets boosted up quite significantly. So the additional stagger damage, like that's flat stagger damage, should be quite nice. Again, we're not trying to sort of keep Queen of Hatred happy. We're aiming to basically just counter her attacks and keep up the punishment. Alright. Now, this move. Alright, so let's do that. And you've got an opportunity over here, actually, to... Yeah, Fleisch will penetrate, admittedly, but... it'll be fine. Will the defensive dice come into play here, I wonder? Alright. Okay, your emotion did not go up. Neither did yours. Alright. Let's take some of the punishment, because you've got fragile on you. And yeah, you're not going to be able to counter a Fleisch, so you just go over here, I guess. Yeah. Infinite 4 cost to hand deck. Congratulations, Aluminium. Alright, and we are going to go with Book of the Day. And we're going to put that on Sakura over here. Let's just take you out. Over here. The intercept over here. Go for that, and over here. Finish you off. Nice. Played their part to the fullest. How long do I have to keep this up until I get a new lease on life? We just hand it over for free. Foolhardy plan. Oh, there's a stagger. Alright. Brawl. Wait for that. There we go. Oh, damn it, not quite. Down you go. Coming here was certainly a mistake for you. Ouch. Alright. And... do we want to go with a glitter? That's certainly risky. Yes, we will go with glitter. And we'll stick it on here. I do like it when the music changes. This one's a good tune here. Alright. You can go straight for that. About to end this round, so can basically be free to do as we wish. Alright, so we'll have the high-speed characters go first, hopefully get a stagger on, and we'll see how things go. Not quite. There we go. Yeah, I heard people talking about that. That sounded really... That sounds quite tricky. I mean, even as big as it is now, I sometimes forget about it. Having it just be the face? Ooh, that sounds really tough. Alright, so we've got Dante over here. Along with a few other 7 association. So, speed 4. Well, speed 1, whatever. Yep, +1 damage when attacking against weak. Information assessment. At the end of the scene, a random enemy's resistance to a random damage type changes to normal for the scene. Chosen from resistances that are endured or normal. Okay, so it can't make it effective, but yeah, okay. And seeing through weakness. If the character attacked an enemy last seen with a damage type they're weak to, and the enemy has 5 or more stacks of fragile at the end of the scene, their resistance against the type becomes fatal for the rest of the act. Okay. We were using a workshop mod that didn't actually use the librarian's face, you didn't get the mask. Ooh, that sounds rough. Okay, so in order to get this to work, you do need to have a lot of fragile stacks. But it would very much sort of improve your damage. Okay. Alright, so Flesh induces Fragile, and Moulinet induces Fragile. I don't think... Like, you'd have to really focus in order to get this to proc. But if it does proc, it's quite nice, but the enemy does have to have a weakness. I'm not sure. It seems like it might be a bit too niche to work, but again, with a lot of these things, if you build towards it and make it your focus, it might work. And obviously, the others are going to be inflicting Fragile as well. Does that inflict Fragile? No. Alright. Let's continue with this group and see how things go. Even if it's valuable intel, is it worth risking our lives over? Get precious intel on wings this way, yeah? Don't stand still like a moron. Can't you remember that focus is key? Okay, so you've been allured, so we've got additional damage versus you. So, that is precisely what we are going to do. Actually, hold on. Save you for last, so I don't forget this, because that's a quick way to forget. All right. Over here. I want to do that. And that. Over here. Okay. Ah! Let's go there. you, sir, and do this, sir. Now, how did this one work specifically? Just specifically in clashes. Alright. I don't know, maybe this wasn't the right move. Okay. Let's just wait. Remember, anger is fierce. $13. Not quite enough. I do like the lightsaber noises from Meow over there. Alright, double allured this time. Oh boy. Let's go there. Oh, hold on. Never mind. You go for that. Ah, you've got 2 available, huh? Okay. You... Let's discard. We'll do a bit of discarding, shall we? We'll have a bit of a back attack there. And over here... full offense? Try. Now, over here. Tailoring. Okay. Oh, we'll wait. There. That's one person down. Oh, that was Dante. All right. Played their part to the fullest. Yeah. Crushed. And... oh, wait, hold on. That's all allies. Yeah, that was kind of insane. I didn't expect that to happen. Alertness ties well with allured, actually. Alright, both of them are allured. Now... let's do that. And... almost likely to get staggered. So... let's do that. Wait for the face. Wait for it. Come on. Come on. Anger is fierce! Okay. Well done, everyone. Well done. That's the 7 association taken care of. Didn't get Book of Dante, but all the 7 association fixes should help us get a bunch of cards that will be good against Old Queenie there. So give me a second while I burn those. Dante's are not golds, which is nice. You can fight Blade Lineage at this point in the story. Just don't. Oh, I suppose that's the fight we're going to be doing next. All right. Let's grab a bunch of that. I'll burn a Dante too. Okay, no Dante. Did grab 7 association fixes, but what we're looking for is a Flesh. So we'll we might build a Tifereth deck built around that. But let us go with. Well, let's go read some of the books actually. We grabbed. I grabbed Salvador. Case name, 1,000 Needles. Serial code DN so-and-so. Urban legend. This document is a compilation of relevant information in the case of the 1,000 Needles, which occurred in the back streets of District 22. While a clear conclusion on this case has yet to be made, it is speculated to be a case of the distortion, based on the apparent inability to confirm the cause or analyze the composition. Case report, Entity A01, the first apparent source of the incident, was wandering the back streets of District 22 before swelling up and exploding. Numerous needles were dispersed upon the explosion, flying in all directions. The needles which stuck onto building walls caused the site of impact to melt and crack. When a human was struck with one of the needles, they were transformed into A02, going through the same bizarre process of detonation A01 did. Orange symbol on the nape of A01's neck was also found on the needles discharged from its body. When I arrived at the scene after taking the request, the bits of flesh scattered around the street began to merge into one giant body using a brainstem focus resonator, becoming a 3-meter tall mass that I'll refer to as A03. A03 began throwing large needles, the length of which varied from 1 to 3 meters. Unlike the small needles fired from the explosion of A01 or A02 that could only leave small dents in building structures, the giant needles flung by A03 caused buildings to helplessly melt. In addition, local residents who stared into the entity's eyes or holes in its body soon produced a boiling sound before turning into A02, so I had to forbid people from observing it closely. Oh geez, this is definitely sounding like an abnormality, which admittedly the distortion phenomenon seems related to. A01 visited OO office to give a request 4 days prior to the incident. For the audio transcript of testimony from a fixer of OO office. Judging by what they said, such as made a deal with the devil and terrible things will happen if I break the contract, it is speculated that yesterday's promise is behind the incident. Audio transcript of testimony from a fixer of OO office. I'm fine. Can I just talk like this? Oh, okay. I got it. When was it? A person visited our office last Wednesday, if my memory serves me right. They introduced themselves as an ordinary resident of the back streets of District 22 and said they urgently needed help. There were huge bags under their eyes, and their hair was a tangled mess. Their eyes were lifeless and blurry, and there was some sort of symbol on their neck, as if they'd been attacked by a Stigma workshop product. The desperation was palpable. They couldn't even walk straight, and they were straining to approach me with their awkward steps. I managed to calm them down, and they said, "I'm sorry, I'm not sure how I should explain it." In short, they made a contract with a devilish person of some kind, and they're scared that they might break the contract, so they were now asking us to take care of the devil so it can't kill them as punishment. I still don't get what that was about, even though I'm talking about it. To be frank, I just couldn't understand what they were saying. Not just because of their level of knowledge and manner of speech was lamentably inferior, no. All they uttered was a series of simple words, but the splendid images delivered in those hysteric words they let out, like they were possessed by something. I can't dare to describe them. They kept saying confusing things like, "We'll skewer people's heads and make a necklace out of them to offer to it." They keep getting closer, they're multiplying in numbers. They're approaching from inside me, all with a mysteriously bright glint in their eyes. Oh, our office records counseling with our clients by principal. You'll see how confusing the whole situation was if you give this file a listen. Don't worry, we record them with the client's consent and everything, so there's nothing illegal about this. Refer to the evidence, office counseling audio recording. But what can I do really? The whole deal with the devil thing just sounds too unrealistic. I honestly thought that they were lying, so I made up an excuse to turn them away. And we already covered this with Yuna's, I believe. Okay. Now, we also had Wedge Office. We did cover both Pamela and Pamela. It's Oscar that we didn't read about. So, the 8 o'clock circus was a real sort of a case. Its leader wasn't a particularly powerful enemy, but it took a long time to assess the strengths and behavior of each of his crew. There was no specific pattern to it, and it was difficult to predict what would come next. Akin to watching an erratic circus of lunacy. Their lair was mysterious and terrifyingly bleak, and the crew took hideous forms as well, looking too grotesque to possibly be considered normal living beings. They were as strong as they looked, and the blob shaped like a lion bit Pamela with its blunt teeth. Her body quite literally blew up on the spot. However, our enemies were soon brought down from the vantage point, and when they were completely cornered, the leader escaped along with a few of his crew. Even though we couldn't put an end to the case, we decided to prioritize recovering Pamela's body, as we deemed the circus would be weakened enough to stay low for a while. As we stored Pamela's head in a stasis preservation case and headed to the exit of the collapsing circus tent, we ran into a group of fixers. They seemed rather exhausted after fighting a swarm of the crew outside. I suppose that's why they couldn't enter the tent until that moment. It's not uncommon for 2 or more officers of fixers to be present at the scene of a finished case, so I gently nodded to greet them, identifying ourselves as fixers of Wedge Office, who have come here to solve the case. The shortest person among them, the aged-looking woman who appeared to be the representative of that group, looked around the circus tent, let out a deep sigh, and introduced herself as Moses of Moses' office, while smoking from her pipe. Moses then started thinking, presumably ruminating over what words to choose. She must have taken a request that's rather tricky to disclose. The 2 people behind her, nervously exchanging glances from each other, appeared to be her bodyguards of some sort. Having such trivial thoughts, I waited for this Moses person to resume speaking. After a brief period of silence, Moses breathed out smoke in the other direction and asked me where the leader of the circus went. Since I don't know much better than them, I told them what I could in brief. They seemed troubled by my unhelpful answer, but they soon accepted it and left the scene. That group reportedly appears every time a case of the distortion is solved. They're allegedly working as the distortion detective, but recent witnesses of their appearance were always followed with a distortion case in the same location. While it's unclear whether they're involved in this case, I believe there's enough reason to be wary of them. Interesting. I haven't read Distortion Detective. I remember someone talking about that, but said not to read it until you're at a certain point in the game. So, I guess that's the, What was Distortion Detective in animation? I don't recall. Either way, something to keep in mind that's referencing other stuff. Web novel, gotcha. Alright. Which might become a manga. Okay. I think we've covered that. Yeah, we covered this last session, I believe. Cancel so then we can make it into a game. Alright. Alright, so we'll go with the sweepers as well. The 7 Association. And what time is it now? 4:29. I might try a Queen of Hatred run after this. Back streets are our main stage of activity at night. When night falls, our world unfolds. At regular intervals, we start marching from the perimeter of a nest and sweep everything as we move forward. Even if someone stands in our way and attacks us, even if a powerful fixer kills a sweeper next to us who was our family, we pay no heed and continue onward. Like a wave of water, we sweep everything in our way, except for those who are strong enough to resist it. From an edge of a nest to the opposite end, we march without break for 80 minutes until the night in the back streets ends. Kinda remind me of army ants a little bit. And a sweepers page. If the night in the back streets were to be gone, the back streets will fall into even worse chaos than before. In other words, the night in the back streets is the rain that keeps this place in check. Because the night exists, people here show the least amount of human decency. Here's an example. You come home at the end of a hellish day, dragging a weary body to the sofa, you hope to get a small break lying on the couch and watching cheap entertainment shows. But guess what happens? Some crazy jerk upstairs turns up their speakerphone's volume to the max, makes obnoxious noises that make your ceiling shake. Too bad. There goes your peaceful respite. Can't stand the noise that's getting to your head, so you decide to ask your neighbor to please be considerate and lower the volume. You want to talk this over without a fight, so you battle the furious urge a million times before you go upstairs. But then, our unfriendly neighbor gives you a baffling reply when you confront them. I need some free time for myself too. I have drafts with my neighbors that I just live with, so you should do the same. Why make a huge fuss about the noise when it isn't even too loud? Blah blah. Talking out of their ass. What can you do though? Barely keeping your boiling anger inside, go back down to your house, covering your ears with a pillow and yelling curse words as you try to sleep. Even if you told your landlord about it and shrug off your complaint and smile like a saint, there's no use speaking up about it. That's when the night of the back streets comes into play. First off, you block the entrance to that shithead's house before they return. Anything works. You could weld the door, use wooden planks, padlock the door or whatever. Ensure they can't enter their own home by any means, and then go back to your home. Sometime later, they'll come back to find that the door of their house has been sealed shut. Now struggle with the door before giving up. Now make a serious face, as though they're trying to think of who could have done this ridiculous prank to them. Once they realize that it couldn't possibly have been anyone else's doing but yours, it'll be too late. Because you'll be behind them, bashing their head in with a brick or some heavy object. Killing them right now would obviously break the rules, so you drag them to your house and enjoy a quiet rest. When the clock hits 3 a.m., you drag the little shit outside and throw it in the middle of a relatively large street. You return to your home before it's too late and watch the scene from the window. Time, 3:13 a.m. Sweepers roll out of the dark and sweep the streets clean, collecting all the trash, including that noise pollutant. That's pretty dark there. Alright. It always feels weird when you realize that the living situation is like, Yeah, like it's hard to imagine raising a family in this environment. It would be interesting to sort of follow like an ordinary sort of person's life. Like similar to that visual novel Valhalla. Like that's got a whole suite of sort of like bad stuff sort of happening in the background, but it's all focused on the bar Valhalla and the people who sort of frequent it. Imagine that in the city's universe. I think that would be really cool. And if you think I should do the Blade Lineage, alright, I'll do Blade Lineage then. Let's do Blade Lineage. Valhalla is an excellent game. Actually, hold on a second. I actually have an outfit that's inspired by Valhalla, to be honest. I actually contacted one of the devs about it, asking if I would be allowed to do so, and he said, "Yeah, I can totally do that." I'm absolutely waiting for Nirvana myself. I will be streaming Nirvana basically the day that comes out. Because Valhalla was an excellent game. All right, let's go. Let's see if this will get us the blades, because we've got plenty of 7 association, so we can... Actually, we'll have a she organization one. Alright, let's see what this gets us. Blade Lineage. Someone mentioned Bamboo-Hatted Kim to me before. Alright. Obviously they didn't say what it was, they just sort of mentioned the name. But let's have a look. Alright, Singular Strike. Ah, that's what I was doing with Valentin, actually. Okay, nice. Unrelenting. Oh, alright, so similar to Oscar. Swordplay of the Homeland / Dice Power +2. Alright. Alright, so... Alright. Bamboo-Hatted Kim. We need this. What cards have you got? Yeah. Obviously, look at the cards. So, 3 to 6 restore 1 light on use. So that's actually better than our on-hit restore 1 light loosen ups. You might still want to use them with a bludgeoning, but this is overall like a straight up upgrade. And that is not just a 3/6 while it's on Kim, that is actually a 5/8 on Kim, with extra damage. No. That is a 7/10 on Kim, with extra stagger damage and bleed. Alright. Alright, thankfully Acupuncture is not going to proc with a Singular Strike, but damn. Okay. Acupuncture. Boosts slash dice power by 1 for the scene. And next dice value, restore light. Okay. Yield by flesh. Add to claim their bones to user's hand. Now this is also boosted by 4 power. Bamboo Hatted exclusive page. Okay. So obviously field this on Bamboo Hatted Kim, I'm guessing. Because if you lose, you get to claim their bones, which sounds like it's going to be a very good card. It's not telling me what it is. Oh, here it is. Sorry. Single use. Alright. 5 paralysis and 3 bleed. Does cost 5 to use. But damn. Okay. Hold on. Would actually play well with Yu Jin, to be honest. Is that what I was thinking of? Yeah, with the overbreathing, although you'd lose a speed dice. Never mind. Oh, and it's a counter dice. Right, gold. Gotcha. Multiple times versus the same card. Okay. Yeah, that's a... Yeah, counter attack. Okay. Slay. Okay, 2... So... And this one's also going to be strong. Boost slash dice power by +3 for this scene. Alright, combined with Bamboo Hatted Kim's abilities, that's +7 power. And if you use acupuncture, that's +8. Alright. Either way, we need to get this guy on our side. These guys don't have the crazy sort of slash that Bamboo Hat Kim over here, who's a straight up samurai. But obviously they're still going to be tough. They're weak to piercing, thankfully. Not Bamboo Hatted Kim. Who do we want to go with here? Thankfully, this is a faster act, so we might be able to sort of get a few in. We've done Yisod's group. Let's go with a Malkuth. Who's more? Oh, you got some slashing resist, so you might be viable. Let's bring in Malkuth's team. All right. Suppose anyone's death is fair game here. Whether there is boiling water or searing fire, can't afford to wait and see. Remember the essentials. Wield your sword with no hesitation. Okay. Now that's going against an endure, so let's ignore that and try and sort of get around, shall we? Gonna see a die roll higher than its max roll. Not when it's the enemy's die roll! Okay, so objective here, side attack this guy as much as possible. Oh, god damn it. Got all the wrong cards. Get rid of those. Alright. got this over here. One over there. Hold on. Now this is fine. That. That. Over here. Do that. And that. Alright. Let's go. Ooh, nice. Go tailoring. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if he's a god amongst men. The fact that we can get around him by seeing how he's going to go first means that we have an advantage. Power of the library. Okay. We've got a whole bunch of people going after you. Let's start with that. You get around like that. Around like that. Over here. Get another bludgeoning on. He's limited to the three free slots of passives. I guess because he's got a lot. That just means you give him some expensive cards, I guess. Alright. Ouch. Ouch. Damn it. Alright, we got our revenge. Ouch. Alright, so that person's dead. We'll ignore them from now on. It is unfortunate, but what can you do? Over here. Yeah, basically as soon as they attack, they're gonna bleed to death. Now we're just gonna take down Bamboo Hatted Kim over here. I'm gonna get an extra book out of it. 2.6 copies. Okay. There we go. Endured. That's fine. What? Now. Liar's staggered, so that's kind of risky at the moment. Ashes over here, actually. Oh no, restored stagger, never mind. Okay. Oh, there that goes. I wish the thing would come up over here about counter dice. It's gonna roll a 20. Will that... Like, hold on. If, for example, we were to use tailoring against him, would the counter dice go against both of them? Only get used when you try to one-side someone. Okay. Okay, so I can attack over here and it will be fine. Don't mess with the counter dice, mess with this one here. Gotcha. Or ignore him this turn. We can do that. We'll ignore him this turn. Okay. I'll go over there. Oh, you're gonna bleed to death. We can safely ignore you. And we could discard our hands because we got Olga, but let's finish you off to actually. Finish you off. Yeah. I am totally aware of that. He's at emotion level 2 right now, so we are going to be getting an extra one, hopefully. But again, I can just sort of repeat this battle because I feel confident that we can sort of do it. But yeah, I do hear you. Excellent. Knives are broken and arrows are spent. We're losing the ground. Put ourselves in a real pickle. The fault is mine. Your rough and fitful journey comes to an end here. I hope you might rest in peace. In the end, the edge of the blade claimed my life. Okay. And would go for a gluttony. I don't think we need gluttony right now. Waning moon gleams over the rooftop. I am sorry. I mean, I was thinking of predation, sorry. Footfalls is fun. Alright, no counter dice this time. Yep, so we see that the counter dice did not... it's not an aggressive one. It's, yep, alright. So he didn't... Okay, cool. Yeah, one thing that the game doesn't explain, but... maybe in a story battle they sort of reserve it, but they didn't sort of take into account that you could encounter it with Red Hood and Bamboo Hat Kim over here. Melee pages work against range pages, ends up working against melee counter dice. Melee dice winning clashes don't actually get to attack, and counter dice will only ever roll in retaliation against other dice. Hold on. Um. Ah. Mainly that's winning clashes don't actually get to attack. Rightmost battle. Gotcha. You use ranged attacks to eat the counter dice. Okay. Keep that in mind, certainly. Alright, so I've got 3 copies of Bamboo Hatted Kim now. That. And that. Just focus on this guy, I think. And maybe he'll get some emotion. Ouch. Let's weaken him a bit. There he goes. There we go, level 4. So 3.5 copies, I guess? Okay. Now let's, now we'll take him out. Well, the game's kind of tricky in how it sort of explains some things, unfortunately. Burn. There we go. One error among 1,000 thoughts. It is my mistake. Guess that's another reason for early access. They get to modify these things. Alright, so you got the Ashen one, and Hot-Blooded Brawler on Malkuth, nice! Because Malkuth took so much damage right there at the end. Okay. Now, let's see if we got our Bamboo Hatted Kim, shall we? Excellent! Bamboo Hatted Kim. Obtained. They also gained Blade Lineage Cutthroats. And we will set about making a Bamboo Hatted Kim deck for Tifereth. Let's find out about him. Let's find out about our Cutthroat. And Sire passives on Kim. That was certainly something that I was thinking about. We value the art of violence more than anything here. Those with an unscathed body are not permitted to join us. A swordsman who does not have a single blade scar on his skin is doubtlessly too careful when he wields his weapon, and his inane hesitation will be an obstacle. Too irresolute to endure the wounds his own blade would leave, let alone the assault of others. A body free of scars is proof of cowardice. Alas, it would be wise not to expose your wounds outside of those on your face. Blade Lineage is not known for coordination. It's little more than a cohort of people who have nowhere else to go, or those who carry the intent to murder someone. Most who seek to join us sit at lowly social positions. It's not rare for such people to hold a deadly grudge against someone. You'd best behave before those who are more skilled than you. You may be a band of murderous ruffians, but we understand our place. And when you look at Kim's exclusive page, the answer is the question, the answer is yes. Yeah, let's just quickly have a look. Yeah, so currently using Yujin over here. We've got Bamboo Hat of Kim, obviously, and Sire, who has a lot of sort of good cards. Now, looking here, it's a bit worrisome because I don't like sort of like basically eating a speed dice card, because they can sort of go to someone and you'll get extra dice. The Battle Ready is really nice, and I would like to get more of those if I can. Do I have room for more, actually? Do I need... Is there another Book of Sire that I can get? I think I lost her book. That's right. Didn't I lose her book? Yeah. Whatever. Find a lot of speed passes as you progress. That is true. They are definitely becoming more frequent. Anyway, I'm just looking at the time now. I've been going for about 4 hours now, so I think that's about time for me to wrap up for the day, unfortunately. Hopefully all of you enjoyed that. I know I certainly did. It was a lot of fun getting to try out new things. Everyone's sort of discussing different strategies. It's cool seeing what works for people, what doesn't. And I appreciate that all of you weren't sort of like doing sort of backseat gamey sort of stuff as well. Like everyone was just sort of like having their own sort of thing, commenting on the story. And I just talking general sort of strategy stuff. It was very interesting, sort of reading all of that. We are going to be playing more tomorrow at the same time, which is 1 p.m. AEST. So obviously 4 hours ago. And hopefully I'll be able to see people around for that. Thursday, I will be playing some EDF. Yeah, no point in backseating. And like, it is sometimes good to sort of like discuss deck building strats as well. That stuff can be really interesting. I don't consider that necessarily backseating, because you can sort of have a discussion about that, because there are so many different ways that you're able to essentially play the game at the end of the day, which is definitely one of the game's strengths, in my opinion. Yeah, so tomorrow's going to be EDF, and that's going to be at 8 p.m. my time. We're going to be playing that with Marshall Banana. And on Friday, we're going to be playing more of the Great Ace Attorney. Weekends will be Mass Effect, and we're going to be starting on Mass Effect 2. So that should be a lot of fun. Hopefully I'll be able to see some people there for that. But if not, that's fine. I do understand that those are at different times for this particular time slot. So we are going to raid someone now. I think let's raid someone different for. Actually, Marshall Banana is playing Project Wingman right now. So I think in honor of the EDF game that we're going to be playing in a couple of days, we should go say hello over there. Project Wingman is a very fun game. If people have played Ace Combat, it's essentially a fan-made love letter to that. It's incredibly well done. I've actually played it on stream before. Very hard not to recommend to anyone who's interested in sort of like arcadey sort of flight action games. So, thank you very much, and I hope to see you all next time, alright? See ya!